welcome to the show. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my YouTube shorts. I'm really touched. I never really had a way of expressing myself, like being able to recapture the moment of a joke with like art. And thank God for AI. It's like you're able to create video and images in a way that creates like a really like cool little gag. And thank you to everyone that's watching. It's really doing well, and I appreciate like from the bottom of my heart all the views. People have a lot of people are busy, and so thank you so much for watching and appreciating and liking. Every like and comment is appreciated by me, and I'll try to answer almost everyone. And if you write an email to my show, I'm still new, very new, and I'll answer. And please, I really appreciate the feedback. So thank you so much. All right. So today I want to address some of the topics that I made videos about. Those are really the topics that I've been thinking about. So the first one that I want to talk about, and I'll put all of them, the links in the description, is one that I made about Biden. And that was about, comes out that some of the auto pen signing of Biden was not exactly above board. Now, so in my video, I have an aide standing over Biden, but I've decorated the Oval Office like a kindergarten classroom. There's like pictures on the wall, and the aide has his hand on Biden. It's never perfect with AI, so you have to see. But and I'm not an illustrator, but Biden is signing with a crayon, and he's tracing his name with a crayon. And the aide says to him, "Very good, sir. That's your name. We're almost done." To which he replies, "Come on, man. Give me some ice cream." Now, it has a lot of references over there. And then also on his desk is get out of jail free cards, which alludes to the pardons. What's going on over there is that the story has nothing to do with the auto pen. The auto pen is not the story. The auto pen is they kept a senile old man in the White House. That's the story. The auto pen is just a symptom of that story. So the fact the New York Times like, whoa, what about the constitutionality of this under these circumstances? Did he know that he was signing the auto pen? He didn't know he was doing anything. It's not about the auto pen. So so that's what I was trying to convey, and I think the message well received, and working on the image like helped me get my thoughts clear on this. Another thing I want to address is I made a video about Pam Bondi that I just want to explain a little bit. So in the image, I have her standing in front of her desk in the video, and she's standing in front of like a big pile, and there's a list that has case closed, and she says, "Oh, that list? That's my shopping list." So let me explain to you what I was referring to over there. So Pam Bondi, a couple of months ago, said, "I have the Epstein list on my desk, and I'm just waiting to go through it because we don't want to release any victims' names." And now they said, "Well, we went all through it, and there's no one else on this. It's just Epstein. He was molesting thousands of girls." So Pam Bondi has to go. You can't be the Attorney General and tell us you have a list and you meant something else. So that's what I meant when I said like, "Oh, that list's my shopping list." Like either she has a list and it's a cover up, or she's just totally incompetent and she has to go. It's one or the other. Bondi should resign in the least. Now, I think this is a cover-up. I do. I just don't think Epstein had all that time. How is he billions of dollars running around the islands where everyone's just idiot? All these rich and famous people that have billions of dollars needed to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Something weird was going on with that guy, and we've not heard the bottom of it. And it breaks down trust in our institutions when we don't. And this idea that, well, they don't know how to release redacted documents. They be showing us what would happen would automatically tell us who was involved. Would automatically tell us, show the victims. She says, "I don't want to release child porn." No one asked her to release child porn. We definitely don't want her to release that. But she can tell us what the crimes were and who did them. So this is despicable. Either way, it's despicable, and Pam Bondi has to go. In the video, I had if you notice under the desk, there's like a skeleton with pigtails. The message I wanted to send there is that they say they're covering for the safety of the girls that were injured, but they're not. It is the opposite. They're covering up a horrendous crime. I also had there was also a picture in the background with Epstein's Island, and it has like a moving boat. I was like kind of asking the question there, like, has the ship sailed? Like, will we not? Is this going to be the final thing? And I think it's an open question. I think the pressure from people like us, and we keep pressuring, like, no, this is not acceptable. We, the people, deserve to know what's going on. Another joke video I made. I'm introducing him. We had the window washer this week, an Orthodox Jew window washer, talking about how he became a window washer because he had to pay for expensive wedding. Now I got a little pushback on this, and the pushback is fair. Basically, the video is, and again, you should go watch it, but it's a religious man standing as a window washer in very high up, and he's washing the windows, and he says, because of the extravagant wedding expenses and a new Camry for the young couple, I had to take on another job. And then he says, because it's important that somebody devoting their life to learning Torah and Hashem should start their life on solid ground. A lot of people said I was making fun of the Kollel institution. I want to state emphatically right now that I am pro-Kollel in every conceivable way. I spent a long time in Kollel. I think people that support their sons-in-laws in Kollel are fantastic. We all know the stories of who's really supporting who. I believe that with all my heart. I hope one day I will be able to do it. I was making a different comment. I was making two comments. Firstly, I was making a comment that the stress in our society of making a living, of making a parnasa, of supporting everything is becoming unbearable. And it is because it is a self-inflicted wound. Because there's a lot of wealth in our communities, but we have created standards where we're like almost like extravagance has become normal. I remember there's like a wedding video, like he flew in tulips that day, and there'll be like liver piled to the ceiling. It was an A.B. Rothenberg song, like, and then there was like a joke about being sneers, and the end of the, like, like you're saying you're saying people, you care about modesty, but there's nothing modest about it. So I was making a similar comment over there that we have, they have new wedding halls in Lakewood, and this is what I was trying to promote. Like, I was saying, we should make weddings there. We should make weddings for $10,000. Why are we spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a wedding? It's a Jewish wedding. We're building a bias nem and B'Yisrael. We're building a wedding is supposed to be a holy thing, representing a joining of two people. The idea that like open bars and massive smorgasbords should be the way we celebrate that. That's not only a fiscal question. That's a problem in our values. Like, why is that? Why is it that we're starting their lives like that? And why? And people gave me a lot of flack about the new Camry. I do think for a new couple, I think that if we're creating the standard to buy a new car is not right, and it's not right for them. It's not right for them, because what is that car? It's a new lease, right? So they're gonna have a new lease, and they're gonna get used to a new car. And then when time starts to get tough, when they're living in their one bedroom apartment and they have 3 kids, and the question is, do we go out to learning, or how am I gonna have a new car? These things make a difference. The less you have, there was a famous story from the Chofetz Chaim. He used to point to like a rug, and he used to say, I'm going to say it in Yiddish now, in der rug liegt 200 brat Gemara. In that rug sits 200 pages of Gemara. And what he's saying is that everything comes at a cost. And so you're giving up when we spend too much. We are making the choices not to have money for other things. And if we create a society where luxury is the standard, so it will mean less Kollel. That's what it will mean. And I want the opposite. I want people to have those years. I think they're the most important years. I think they shape you. I think they like that's what creates. That's what forms the Jewish home. And I want to keep that. So those are my comments. I plan on putting out a lot more content this week. Please comment and subscribe. I'm going to put the full videos of my podcast now on my YouTube channel also, and I really appreciate the feedback. All right, have a good weekend. All right, that'll do for today, guys. Have a good one.